Candle, Chapter 4, The Grand Day Gift. 9 months can fly like 9 seconds. It was a sunny morning, the 2nd of May 2004. Birds were singing on the blooming trees. The air was fresh, as if Fort Nelson was in the middle of an ancient forest. An old lady was walking the dog along Street 15. The dog was happy to run around without limitations, but once it jumped over the fence and found itself in a rather wild garden. It was the best place the little puppy has ever seen, but it heard the angry voice of its owner and understood this dog heaven was going to wait. Her words sounded like thunder on a sunny day. "Get out of the garden, doggy! It is private property," said the lady. Of course the dog could understand the meaning of private property. "I wonder who owns this house. The garden looks abandoned. I don't think they care a lot about those innocent, beautiful plants. Oh, my days." Then the lady went away, and the dog followed her down the street, barking happily and enjoying the moment. While the lady was saying all of that, the owner of the house, Mr. Marcus Moonbloom, definitely didn't worry about flowers. He was sitting next to the phone, waiting for a call from Emily. His daughter was about to be born. The moment could come any second. Around 1 o'clock the telephone rang. Marcus picked up. "Emily, is that you?" "Cheap service at dental clinic on Sparrow Street. Come today and bring a child." Marcus immediately stopped the conversation. Pre-recorded messages were not the thing he wanted to hear now. He already spent 3 sleepless nights since Emily was taken to hospital. He completely devoted himself to waiting. Another 3 hours had to pass before the doctor actually called Marcus. "Mr. Moonbloom, we bring you some good news. The birthday is tomorrow." "Whose birthday, you prankster?" "I am not a prankster, Mr. Moonbloom. You are." "Don't you really understand what I'm saying? You will have a daughter in the next 24 hours. Does it sound like a prank?" "No, it doesn't. Sorry, mister." "Your wife is waiting for you in the 14th Street Clinic, ward 191. You'd better hurry up." So the day came. Marcus packed some old food in a red and black lunchbox, took Brian with him and set off. The 14th Street Hospital was just a 15-minute walk from the house, but that 15 minutes seemed like a blessing. It was sunny and pleasant in all of its means. Marcus had some hopes that could finally turn out to be real. Brian was walking slowly in silence. At the age of 6, being called a letdown may be too harmful. They arrived in the evening and spent a night at the hospital, next to the door of the ward 191. There was a special place in the hospital, and it was equipped with the best and newest equipment that was too good for 2004. It was around midnight when the annual celebration started. Giving birth on G-Day was a stress for any mother. The streets around were filled with strange and suspicious people, someone you will definitely not like to meet. At 4:55 the dawn started. Marcus finally had a chance to sleep, but was woken up by its first lights. A nurse entered the waiting room. "Mr. Moonbloom, please follow me." Marcus got up and quickly went into a bright room that was ward 191. Emily was there alone with 2 other doctors. 2 hours and we're done," said one of them. "Take a deep breath, Mrs. Emily Moonbloom." It was 6:50 in the morning when the time came. At around midday, Emily and Marcus went out of the hospital holding the newborn child in their arms. The name was discussed beforehand. There she was, Candle Moonbloom, 7 hours of age, the new citizen of Fort Nelson. "What could be a better idea than to call her Candle?" started Marcus. "You will be my light, Candle. By the time you're 15... "You will not exist," interrupted a random passerby that was crossing the street at that moment. "Get out of here, you lunatic! I will call the police squad on you!" shouted Marcus. Then he stopped for a second and then turned to Emily. "I love you, even though I know that doesn't sound motivating enough." "What could be a better idea than to call her Candle? She will be the light of my life. I am sure she will." "Ward 191 brought her here? Ward 191 will take her away," the passerby went on. "Stop saying nonsense. A SWAT team will quickly calm you down." After these words, the stranger gave a strange smile. Emily and Marcus continued walking down Street 14, holding candle in their hands. This is how it begins, the new life of success and wealth. We shall see, remarked the stranger, then quickly turned around and disappeared in the crowd.